Hugo has scored an 80, a 71, and a 70 on his 3 previous tests. What score does Hugo need on the next test to have an average where the mean is 72? How do I calculate averages? I add all the values. And I divide by the number of values. And if that's not clear, we're going to do an example right now. I have 3 tests that I'm given scores for. Let's call this average, is equal to, I'm going to add all the values, 80 plus 71 plus 70. Now, if I wanted to find the average of those 3 numbers, I would then divide that by 3, and I would find the average of those 3 numbers. But that's not what the question asks. What score does Hugo need to make on his next test? That's the question. I'm going to say, let me add X. I don't know what X is. That's what I'm trying to find. And I'm going to divide by the number of values, and the number of values is 4. I have 4 tests. This has got to be equal to 72. Now, what's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to get rid of that denominator. It's always a problem. It always makes things harder. I'm going to say 80 plus 71 plus 70 plus X divided by 4 is equal to, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. And really everything here is in parentheses. And I cancel my 4s. What do I have left? I have 80 plus 71 plus 70 plus X is equal to 288. Then I have to add all these. I'm going to add 80 plus 71, 151. 151 plus 70 is 221 plus X is equal to 288. Same as always, isolate my X, and I get X equals 67. My answer here is 67. And I always want to think about, does that answer make sense? Well, I have an 80, I have a 71, and I have a 70. The average for those are going to be higher than a 72 because that 80 is going to bring both of those other numbers up a little bit. Since it's going to bring both of those numbers up, I can score less than a 70 to get a 72 as my final grade.